Thank you so much for tuning into the World Cup Law Firm Edition. And I will tell you, it has been fun going through all 16 of these profit strategies because what we did is we looked at all the work that we've been doing with law firms, all the research we've been doing on the market, and we looked at all the things that are changing from how AI is changing to some of the bar association rules to just the economics and what's happening in the economics as a whole. And one of the things that we notice is there are a lot of profit strategies that you could use. So, what we wanted to do is create a resource that allows you to break down 16 of the top profit strategies. And we looked at things like pricing strategies, we looked at client retention and client growth strategies, we looked at things like operational efficiencies, and we looked at some things that were probably not your common approach or what you commonly hear discussed. And we talked about how those strategies can really help a law firm become profitable. Now, here's the truth. Not every firm is ready to implement all 16 of those strategies. And to be honest with you, I don't think you need to implement all 16 of the strategies. Here's what I would recommend. Maybe pick one to two strategies that are of top interest for you. And then what you can do is narrow it down to say, hey, we're going to try one strategy for the next 90 days to see how we can implement this strategy and to see how it works in our firm. Because, as I said, not every strategy is right for every type of firm. Some firms it leans more towards, and other firms may find it a bit challenging to try to do the same exact strategy. So, what we have done is we've created a workbook that you can download for free where we walk through all 16 of those profit strategies from, like I said, the pricing category, the client retention, the operations, and the business development strategy. And we walk through all of those 16 strategies. And what we also did is we give you examples on how those strategies could work. Like we take a hypothetical law firm and we walk through how that strategy could work for that firm. Now, here's what I would also tell you. One of the things you can also do with this workbook is in the language that we put in there, the descriptions that we put in there, the examples, what you can do is you can take that workbook, you can copy the explanation that we provided, copy the example, and you can go to just about any large language model or AI tool, and you can use it to help you think. You can say, hey, read this language on this pricing strategy or this profit strategy. And I want you to take this and help me think about some ideas for my specific firm. And what you can do is ask the AI to take what's in the workbook and then translate it to how it can work for your firm. Now, if you're a busy managing attorney and you're just like, hey, you know what, I'm not quite sure where to start, or hey, I don't have time to do that because I'm working in on the legal cases. This is a great place where if you have staff, this is a great thing that they can do because what you can do is share the workbook with your staff. If you have a or a law firm administrator, share with your law firm administrator, or if you have a fractional COO for your firm, or if you have a CFO for your firm, what you can do is share the workbook with them and have them go through the workbook and say, hey, I would like to have a conversation on what strategies or what ideas we can come up with to help make our law firm more profitable. And you can give them the workbook and tell them to, hey, go through this and summarize this and tell me what you think is probably applicable for our firm. And that will help you get some very practical ideas that are adjusted for your specific firm. Now, I will say is that this has been great creating this series. It's been great creating the workbook because we know it's going to help a lot of people. Now, I will tell you, when you're going through this workbook, you may say it's like, hey, this is great information, but I need someone who can get in here and who understands it, who can help us. Now, we're a firm that provides bookkeeping and CFO services. We would be glad to help you at the TLTurner Group. And what you can do is, even after you download the workbook and you go through it, is if you need some more help and you want our assistance, you can book a free discovery call. And in that discovery call, we'll talk about your strategy. We'll understand what are you trying to achieve? What would you like to achieve? And then we can lay out what services make the most sense for you, whether that be bookkeeping, CFO, advisory, or some type of CFO project. whatever makes sense to help your firm move to that next level of efficiency, that next level of profitability, to move to your targets, we are glad to help. So make sure you click on the link to download your free copy of the Profit Strategy Workbook for 2026. And also, if you need our help, feel free to book a free discovery call. We will be glad to help you. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Law Firm and Finance Show, where we give you great content that helps you build a more successful law firm. So make sure you hit that subscribe button on all platforms and follow us for more content.